watching the shows I've been meaning to watch forever. And then Destiny 2 came out with its expansion. And the story sucks, but everything else about it is strangely addictive.
I'd say the last few games I played was probably either... Oh, well, I guess I've been... I don't really feel like comfortable talking about unofficial card game sims. So
Unofficial card games. Right. Oh my god.
So I guess that was the actual
Blake,
last game I played.
You've been playing Magic Online. Just say you've been playing Magic.
I've been playing Magic on the internet. I don't want to say.
Just don't name drop it.
No.
It's okay.
I might not want to talk about like unofficial games, but I definitely do not condone playing Magic Online. Go sign up for the arena beta. If you like Magic, sign up for the arena beta.
It's actually good.
It's a very good system, and that's going to be the official way to go. It'll be free to play when it comes out. Buy packs. It's supported. It's going to be like a full thing. You know,
for sure.
That's good.
It's gonna be great. It even has draft. Go do it.
So we have a couple of things on the agenda.
Yes.
Typically, when we do these podcasts, if you guys have listened lately, we kind of do like a brief opening up like there. We do like a lightning round with some news, and then we.
Oh, this was patch notes. Is what it was called.
With that. Patch notes. This is what this is. Is us just kind of going over what's new with the channel.
More or less.
So we have a new streaming schedule, by the way. Let's go over this.
We have a schedule now.
Do we?
Dude,
I've been
finally.
on this for 2 weeks. Where you guys been?
Working.
I knew you've been streaming, but it seems
very consistently.
Okay.
So, Tuesdays are called Tuesday Views Day. You guys get to vote on what we play over on Instagram. That's why it's so important that you guys follow us on there, because we set up polls every Tuesday. You guys can go into the story on the top left portion of your screen. You guys can actually vote on what you guys want us to play, and then we play it.
if you guys love me, you will go to his Instagram and vote for Boku no Pico.
That's not even on the list, so just ignore that.
Add a suggestion. If enough people suggest it, we will do it.
Do we actually have to censor even mentioning that? I think we do.
No, why would we?
I'm pretty sure we have to.
Don't actually look up Boku no Pico. Especially if you're not a parent.
How many people do we have watching that he just name dropped that horrible garbage fire
It's
on?
fine to
No, it's not fine. It's terrible.
I've told people not to look it up. I didn't condone it.
Blake, you do know that telling people not to look something up makes them look it up, right?
Well, if they're consenting adults, that's their fault.
Go through the schedule, Mr. Tuesday Tuesday. Go.
Okay, so Tuesday Tuesday. By the way, all of our weekday streams are 8 p.m. Central Time. So Tuesday Tuesday, you guys get to vote on what it is. We either do a Wednesday stream or a Thursday stream. It's either or. It's either Way Back Wednesday or Throwback Thursday. And all we do is retro games.
Way Back Wednesday's taken.
Today we're substituting out Way Back Wednesday for this.
No, I mean like it's literally copyrighted and owned by somebody.
No,
wait, really?
No, it's not. It's an Instagram hashtag. Everybody uses it.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right. I know.
Same,
I remember
same
it was
Thursday, Man Crush Monday, Woman Crush Wednesday.
No, Way Back Wednesday was
November.
like I think it was one of the radio stations in town. I don't know if it still is going around, but that was something that was actually.
It's not a copyrighted thing.
Everybody uses
it. Probably is.
It's Way Back Retro Wednesday.
Fine. There you go. Thank you.
And then Flashback Retro
Retro Wednesday.
Throwback Retro Thursday. We'll play retro games for you. Typically NES, SNES, N64, and GameCube games because I'm a huge Nintendo fan.
Yeah.
Last night we actually started a retro series to start playing Paper Mario Thousand Year Door.
Ooh.
We started it on our Tuesday Views Day because you guys actually voted for it.
That's amazing. I've never played that game.
It's a great game. What?
It's super fun.
You never played Paper Mario Thousand Year Door?
Yeah,
Why is everybody always surprised?
If
I've
this
told
chair
you this
wasn't
multiple
so,
times.
so amazing, I'd throw it.
This
He's
is not the
told
first time
me
you've
that
known
like
this.
7 times. How have you not heard it?
You played it for the first time with me. You're the one who was
What?
like, "Here,
It
you need to
doesn't
sit down
work.
and play this."
Okay.
And you had me
It
play
doesn't
through
work.
like the first like level. And I was like, it's all right. It's fun.
You
And then we
have
never
yet-
went back to it.
You have yet to know the glory.
So I spent like 15 minutes on it. I don't know how the game works.
let's
That's not
continue.
enough time.
So,
Oh.
we don't do both Wednesday or Thursday. It's either or retro games. Fridays, we are off. Most of the time, we may have bonus streams, but Fridays, we're typically off. Saturdays lately have been Star Wars Saturdays. That is subject to change. It's just kind of like a seasonal thing. So Saturdays will be seasonal Saturdays. Think of it that way, where we will do like games as a series every single Saturday. So right now we've been playing through KOTOR, been playing through Republic Commando. That has been on Star Wars Saturday. When we get to a new season or a new group of event, every Saturday we'll stream that same thing. And then lastly, a lot of you guys like to watch me play Fortnite and PUBG, and so I still stream that by streaming on Sundays. We call it Chicken Supper Sundays. Chicken Dinner is copyrighted.
Thanos!
So Chicken Supper Sundays, that's what we call it. And you guys can come watch me and squad up with some of my homies and play some PUBG. It's always a lot of fun.
How would you play
You can
PUBG?
find us right here exclusively on Twitch for their streams. Sometimes we'll stream to Facebook. Sometimes we'll stream to YouTube. But 90% of our streams from now on will be on Twitch.
Ooh.
Yeah. What else do we have? Anything else? Oh yeah, we're going to E3. That's kind of been news.
Yeah,
That's true.
That's been news. But what that means is we're going to actually have live reaction videos. These guys are going to come over to my house in my studio, and they're going to try as
Rob
much
him.
We're going to steal everything and leave.
Yeah, basically. I'm kind of worried about that. In fact, maybe I should rethink this whole thing. Just kidding.
No, it's fine.
No, just go on. Don't worry about it.
So,
We're joking.
How much did you say that computer's worth?
Oh, it's not. Don't worry.
I'm
It's gonna be
pretty
fine.
sure. I'm pretty sure.
We're gonna be fine.
oh,
No, this is like
to
a
Brian's
PS4.
point, we are going to give away one of these chairs. I don't have a date yet on that, but it will probably be like a month-long giveaway deal where we'll take entries for a full month. That will be soon. As soon as we get there, we'll announce it. It's going to be one of the Pro Series chairs. It's going to be really cool. It's like the closest thing to a DX Racer, except you're not a poser when you sit in it. So, it's great. They're really comfy. So, yeah, thanks, Brian, for bringing that up. We will have the gaming chair giveaway, so just stay tuned. That's why it's so important that you like our social media channels so you can know when these things are happening. We are going to E3. We're going to do live reactions from these guys here watching it, and I will be there live. I'm going to be at the Xbox conference live in person. I have exclusive access to the Xbox Fan Fest event, which is only like 1,000 people. I got invited to go to that. So I will be there. I will be playing those games. I have an industry pass to E3, so I'll be getting in 3 hours early, trying to get in line and get as much footage of all the games I could possibly play over the course of those 3 days. The first thing I'm jumping in line for, honestly, is Super Smash Brothers. So
It's gonna be there. You know it's gonna
Well,
be there.
Except for the Microsoft one, we won't be there for that. We have some other stuff to do, but we will be
I
there
will
for
be
the.
there.
Yeah, you're gonna be there
You'll
for the
be there?
Microsoft.
Yeah, I got access to the Fan Fest event.
Well, yeah,
I'm there.
you'll be there at the event.
So the only thing we're
we'll
going
be
to
doing-
miss is Microsoft.
Because
Yeah,
I'm
just
there
Microsoft.
live
Yes.
doing. We're gonna have a lot of footage on.
Unless we decide to
Microsoft.
do it at the wedding,
These
bring
guys
like a
actually will
TV.
be,
That would be actually
not
fun.
doing a live
I like it
reaction
quite a
to
bit. Should we just should we live stream E3 from someone else's wedding? Is that
That's
appropriate? I think that's pretty good.
All right. So let's get into it. One of our favorite segments that we actually like to do is one-ups and blue shells. We'll start off with some one-ups. You guys ready for this?
One-ups?
Yeah.
One-ups. Because I don't have music right here. One-ups.
Maybe later.
All right.
Here's some sound effects.
So, let's get started into one-ups.
Jazz
One-ups is
hands.
us just giving kudos and props to the things we love going on in gaming right now. And I'm going to start it off tonight with Nate. Nate, you
United
start
States Senate, I would like to give you a one-up. You are amazing for actually voting to keep net neutrality. Hopefully Congress and the president will keep that going. Yep. So to summarize what I just said,
Nice.
so
I don't know.
so people actually understand, today was the day when the Senate called for a what basically amounts to recalling the FCC's overturning of net neutrality, and it passed the Senate today in I believe it's a 52 to a 47 vote. So that means that it's through the Senate, which is fantastic. So now if we can get enough people in Congress to actually vote for it, and then pass to the president
That's
enough.
not a number. I think it's 53 to 47.
Is it 53 to
It's
47?
100.
No. McCain didn't vote because of his. It's really unfortunate.
There was an abstaining?
Yeah,
Okay.
there was. McCain abstained, but I'm not trying to get political. That's just a fact that happened.
Continuing on, what else we
yeah.
got going on? One-ups. Blake, you got one?
No, nothing happened this month.
It's just
Shoutouts to nothing.
Blake with nothing. Okay, that's
Sorry,
fine.
I haven't.
That's fine.
I've been watching cooking shows. I've been watching gaming news.
Well, they
What's
give a one up
happened?
to a cooking show. Do something.
Let's see.
Ainsley culturally appropriates peasant food is a good show on
My
Netflix.
one-up
Go watch
is
it.
to-
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, 52-47.
I was right.
Yeah,
Yes.
they just commented on
Not crazy.
Okay, my one up is congratulations to Nintendo Labo for successfully beating God of War sales.
Wait,
Japan.
that happened.
In
Okay,
Japan,
okay. I was
of
about to
course.
say.
I mean, Nintendo knows how to sell to Japan.
True.
How is Labo doing in general?
In general, it's doing kind of okay. I've actually been keeping track of this. Like, the sales of it in the United States, like, it were okay initially, and then it's just one of those products that's just going to probably be around until the holidays, and then it's going to move real heavy during the holidays. Yeah. That's what everyone's
That makes
projecting.
sense. Yeah, it's being sold more as a toy. I see it like on
Yes.
kids' commercials, but
It
not
is
really on.
really cool, though. Like, I personally want one just so I can make that piano, because the piano is
You just gotta ask the question.
I got asked a question.
You
What
gotta
have I
ask
been
the
asked?
question.
You gotta ask what's
Blake.
the best dish you've made lately.
Made this month?
Yeah, the best.
Oh,
dish.
God.
I haven't made hardly anything. Oh,
You-
okay, I'll tell you.
No.
what it is.
The
I made a
best dish you
spaghetti
made.
sauce.
Yes,
So,
the spaghetti sauce.
There was a spaghetti. I make a spaghetti sauce like every time I get it.
Spaghetti.
Every time I get a
Spaghetti.
paycheck. It's
Don't
a red
touch
sauce.
my
A
spaghetti.
red sauce.
Racist.
It's very good. Generally speaking, this time I add a little bit more to it. But you know, it's the same sauce I usually make. But at my new job where I cut meats at, we just happened to get some ground bison that was on sale for like $3 for a pound. And I was like, oh yeah, I got to take that. So I cooked it up, spiced it up just a little bit, you know, light seasoning, and then mixed it with my sauce, and it created the best thing I've ever eaten.
It's very good.
I was surprised.
It's a
I
very,
want to
very
add
good.
to that and say that you guys may be like ground bison. That's so weird. We're from Oklahoma, so ground bison.
Ground
is
bison
a
isn't
of
that
It's
weird.
really not that weird, though.
It's not.
Like-
it's just.
They have it
really
all
delicious
across plain
flavor.
states from
Yeah, it's
southern,
actually, I think it's
central
kinda,
Texas to Oregon.
Has bison become one of the, like, it's not, I know it's not like a staple meat, not like pork or all that, but I think it's actually gained nationwide recognition by now.
Well,
I'm
I mean,
pretty sure.
I don't think it's really a thing in coastal
All right.
cities.
Anything
No,
else?
I've
Any
seen
more
it.
one-ups? We gotta stay on topic so we can keep moving through it because we have a lot.
Can we
more,
get a
especially
one-up
when
to
we get the
bison?
section, it's gonna be crazy.
One up to bison.
meat.
One-ups to bison. There we go. Now,
bison.
of course,
Yum.
we get to hate on everything we know and love.
Okay.
Oh, was that it?
Blue
You didn't want a
shells.
Destiny?
Dun,
Oh, no. That's more of a story than it is a
Oh, okay.
Alright.
thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
I will have music for those next time and probably some animation, but we're not there yet. This is our first live podcast. Can you guys believe that? Oh, by the way, last one up. Happy anniversary to the podcast.
Oh,
Oh!
that's today?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Wow, 1 year.
Wait.
Hug.
Yay.
We did this 1 year. We managed to get through
Hug.
7 or 8 episodes.
Hug.
Oh god.
Hug.
No, they're in my shot.
Hug.
Oh my god. Oh,
Hug.
guys. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, congratulations. We managed to only put off like 3 episodes from ever happening. Maybe 4 or 5. I don't know.
Maybe
It's
6.
monthly.
It might be 7.
But now.
That was always the goal.
So first off, can we just talk about what we got through this year? We got through bad computer crashes and tons of new
Colonel
stuff.
Panic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thank you for the hugs.
Yay,
Thanks for
Colonel
the love.
Panic.
I love all of you guys.
Hug the Colonel Panic.
So,
Not really. It should just be cut out.
But
It needs to
Here's the
leave.
thing. We're changing up the entire format. We want to make sure this is as interactive as possible. And now we're going to do them live. One is easier on us, less editing. We don't have to worry about any computer malfunctions. It means that we can pick a time. We can go live. You guys can go back and watch this at any time because we are going to try to save them. It also means that I know this is one format we're doing, but eventually we could do like a Google Hangouts format if we can't get together. That way we can still be dedicated to bring you guys once a month, like every 3rd or 4th week, on the day, we'll bring you guys a podcast live to talk about everything that's happening. That's what we want to do for you guys, is make sure that we're delivering a stream of consistent content.
Yeah.
So,
The goal is to do it every 3rd Wednesday of the month, but hopefully we'll be able to stick to that.
It's all
going
going to change.
and change. That's perfect.
We're going to talk about it.
It's going to be fine. Blue shells. Talk about the negatives, the terrible things.
Speaking of blowing up,
Okay.
yeah.
You always start the blue shells. Not that I'm complaining. I actually don't have much of a blue shell. Hold on. This is bugging me.
oh,
Center it.
Yeah, Brian.
Professional.
I'll definitely look at that. Right now, we're just trying to get
Hey.
some
Better.
more equipment. I need a 4-channel a
think.
4-channel transceiver. I only have a 2-channel
Yeah,
transceiver.
with Jane in the corner, that looks better.
So I'm going to have to get a 4-channel transceiver and spend some money on that. And honestly, that's what these donations that we get go to. So make sure you guys, if you would like to, and you're on Twitch, you guys can scroll down below, click that. Any donation helps because it's going toward our studio, getting gear and everything. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Blue Shell. So, my first Blue Shell's to EA.
Oh, again? What'd they do?
What'd they do this time?
What'd they do?
It's not what they did.
It's what they
that they've
didn't
had
do.
7 months, 6 months.
Oh, are you finally
To put
realizing?
together a second season of free content. Which one? Hold on, we're talking about Star Wars Battlefront here.
I know you are.
We always talk about it. I've been very grateful for the fact that the DICE team has worked really hard to revamp the progression system and to take out loot boxes and deal with all that kind of stuff and make sure that if they brought them back, they were doing cosmetic only and fix all the things that everyone was complaining about from the get-go. I love that they introduced loot boxes and they realized it was a mistake and took it away like day of launch. Like, they shouldn't have even introduced it, but I understand where they were coming
Or star
from,
cards.
and I'm glad that they fixed it. But here's the Blue Shell. They've had 5 months to release a second season of content. We knew that they were going to do a season around the new Han Solo movie, which comes out next week, but
Oh, it's cool.
I'm very excited about that.
Looks good.
But here's kind of the sad thing about this is that
Danny Gloveman.
well, you see, it took them 5 months to deliver this content, and today the first patch went live, and it's literally a remake map from Battlefront 1's Outer Rim DLC. They just put the map in.
Wow, that sounds pretty high.
They said more stuff is coming next month, like after the movie, because they can't spoil anything. But they're releasing the season with just a map and a couple skins. And it's not actually a full season of new content, new modes, or anything like that.
That's just a map. That's just a map update.
Yeah, it's a single map update, and it's an old map at that. They've had all this time, and that's all they put together.
Do they?
It sounds like the kind of promise my ex-girlfriend
you
made.
You play this. So is
Not
there
anymore.
even?
I
you
don't
played
really play as much
this.
anymore because of stuff like this.
Is there still even that large of a player base?
Yeah, it has a really large player base.
Like, are we talking
Well, here's the thing.
thousands, or are we talking
You have to
millions?
understand, a lot of people really like this.
I know. Like, I played Destiny. I know what it means to have a lot of people leave and then come back.
To Blake's point, I think I know where he was going to go. It's really easy to say they have a really large player base when they lost all of their player base during the rollout of the season pass. With the
that's not what I was
going to
say at all.
Almost everybody.
To complete my thought, I was going to ask, do they even have a player base that's large enough to keep going with the free
Here's the
stuff?
thing.
Or did they actually
because
lose
they're
it?
rolling it out for free. I mean, it's beggars can't be choosers, right? They are giving it away for free, but at the same time, it's like, come on, guys.
Did you say Beggars Canyon choosers?
Beggars Canyon choosers.
Can't be choosers.
Okay.
That's pretty funny.
That sounds like some kind of a Beggars Canyon chooser.
Beggars Canyon is a place in
Star Wars.
Tatooine.
Oh, that's right.
No, what I was going to
dang
say
it.
That
is
was good.
References.
it's a console game, and it's a shooter, and it's sold well. It's going to have an audience. This isn't like this isn't a line. Oh God, what is that game? Lawbreakers situation.
Oh God, yeah.
by the way,
No. Battleborn.
it's gonna have
Can we take our hats off
Battleborn.
in the Blue Shell to the studio that made Lawbreakers because they just shut down this week? They also are the same creators for the Battle Royale game Radical Heights. Those servers are actually still active. Okay, guys. Really,
Okay,
like children. Please.
sorry. We just wanted
We're
to
conducting business here.
take
Are
off our
we?
We've been
hats.
talking about our toys and video games, alright?
We just wanted to
This
take off
is
our hats.
business.
That makes me want to act even more childish just to match that.
Business.
Oh, God.
I get it.
Exactly.
Serious.
To,
Serious
Nate, got a comment.
business.
Oh, did I?
Regardless of how bad the game is, it's Star Wars. There's going to be so many people that play it just because of the brand.
True.
It's a Star Wars.
and
It's a
so
shooter. It was guaranteed to have players.
It's gonna still
I
have
will relent that.
an audience.
Like, I'm not.
Also-
This one's been really good.
Also, you have to take into account it's basically the only multiplayer flight game other than like World of Warplanes
I don't think that's
that's currently being
I
played.
love that. That's what you like, Blake. I love it. But that's
Despite
not
the
an
fact that it's
enormous
not what I
draw.
wanted.
It's not an enormous
We know what you
draw.
want. You want Starhawk 2.
Yep.
Well, actually, no. I wanted.
Okay, we're calling
Rogue
it E3
Squadron 4.
Starhawk
Fortnite
2.
X Starhawk.
That would be awesome, and I would play that. But they don't probably do well in capture the flag format.
All right, continuing on.
Yep.
Next, Blue Shell.
Okay.
You got one?
No, I actually I thought about mine being a blue shell, but it's not really a blue shell.
Nintendo.
Oh, this is a good one.
Oh, that's right.
We're
You're
gonna
ticked
talk a lot
off about
about
this.
Nintendo, but right now Nintendo's
You're
about
ticked
this.
off about this.
Why did you say we're not getting a virtual console anymore?
Sure, you did say that.
Why did you cancel it?
So,
All I want to do is
can I
play
chime
my
in?
old
Not even
games.
Can I chime in?
I want to give you money for games I already own. Why won't you let me?
To defend Nintendo.
Yeah, sure. I'll
They
be
did say
jumping
we
on
aren't
that.
getting Virtual Console. I think it's because they're rebranding it. I think it's
Exactly.
going to be like a full-on subscription service in addition to the online that you could pay for. Kind of like that's the direction
Like the
that Xbox
PlayStation
is
Now?
going. PlayStation Now does it, but Xbox Now does it too.
Xbox Now is what it's called?
No, it's
No.
not called Xbox Now.
Oh, okay.
Xbox
I was gonna
now
say.
does it.
Xbox Now has that service.
Yes.
Oh, so Xbox Now has that service.
Xbox has that service
Now.
There you
Oh,
go.
God.
You got it. You got it. We did it. Good job. Jeez. But I agree slightly with what you're saying, Jaden, but generally speaking, I don't think that the virtual console is gone. I think the official title of the virtual console is gone. I think it's just going to be we'll just release games. Or, they'll just call it something else. I can't see them not, bringing back GameCube titles or stuff like that in the new console. Okay, maybe it's a year off or maybe it's far later.
Right.
But the subscription thing could work. I think it's far more likely that they're just saying, hey, the virtual console as it was is dead, and we're just going to do something different, but it's generally the same thing. That's what I think.
Yeah, you have to think about it like this, right? Nintendo did say they are exploring new ways to release these old classic games. They've said this in multiple, avenues and multiple interviews. They've come out and said, look, we're trying to explore new ways to get that content out. Plus, here's the thing. They were originally trying to make sure that everyone's old purchases would be tied to their new name so they don't have to repurchase old virtual console games, right?
No.
They don't have to worry about that. If they say, you know what, we're just not going to have virtual console anymore. Because they promised the fans, hey, yeah, you won't have to rebuy your games anymore. But technically, they're not buying it. You're paying for a subscription service. Titles are just there. You get to play them.
I mean, and then you have to think to yourself, I think it's still very likely that the N64 games and the GameCube games will make it on there, and they're saying, hey, with our multiplayer subscription service, you get a certain number of games from the NES and SNES, I believe.
Right.
I think...
But, what was my thought? Oh, yeah, I don't think that they're going to release the virtual console just because they're still making, SNES minis.
Yeah, and
They're all over the
and
place.
rumor is we make it an N64 Game Boy Mini this year. And by Game Boy Mini, I mean something like the Super Nintendo
Wait,
Mini
hold on.
that plugs into
That-
television.
But,
that was
portable.
the rumor last year.
Right. So say those are still continuing on. Those rumors could still
Oh, no.
happen.
I mean, I guess.
I
mean,
hope they don't. I hope we get an N64.
Like the Game Boy Mini you were talking about.
Well, the
we were
Game Boy
talking
Mini,
about
I
last
don't really
time.
care as much about. I don't think that's as big of a deal to me. I'd rather have Game Boy games added on.
But that's
to
my
the
favorite-
Nintendo Online service.
But Game Boy games are my favorite GameCube games.
Oh, okay, I get the joke.
Okay. Anyway,
God.
so you're saying they just come out with a GameCube Classic Mini, and on the bottom of it, it has a Game Boy Player Mini.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's all it needs.
and then you need to
It's
pay...
It's two consoles in one.
And then you have to
Oh,
pay
that
an
would be
extra...
amazing!
And then you have to pay an extra
That'd be a
$15
cool
for the adapter that you can use to
Let's
plug
patent
everything
this,
into
so
it.
Nintendo has to buy it from us. Okay.
Oh God, let's not become patent trolls. Those people are
I think it's pretty
cancer.
unlikely that they would do anything
Oh,
like that,
God.
though. I mean, we've already talked about minis and the fact that
But I mean,
GameCube
yeah,
Mini's
that's
unlikely.
a blue shell to Nintendo, but is it really that big of a deal? I mean, it sucks because
It
we don't see
kind
the
of
outcome.
is.
A little
But
bit.
Nintendo right now is showing one thing, and this is one thing again I'm coming there to defense about. Is Nintendo is showing that they know how to listen to their fans. They know how to listen to their fans.
True.
Way better than they ever have before.
I don't know. Maybe.
Think about the Wii U days. Think about
I
the
think...
Wii days. There was so much shovelware and there was so much just garbage that was
The
flooding
shovelware
those
was-
systems, or there were no games at all. Now they're getting third-party content. They're getting involved with their end users and making sure that there's games for everyone. Games that we've been wanting, like Smash Brothers and Metroid, are finally making a return. I mean, if they announce Mother 3 at E3, then
I
you know for a fact they've been listening.
Well,
But
I mean,
it's
Okay, that's never gonna happen, man.
no, I think that
It's just like Kingdom Hearts 3. It's never gonna happen.
Well, no, because they were
And
basing it
Final
off the
Fantasy
sales of
Totally.
Mother, right?
God, what are the chances that actually does show up at E3? Like, we'll talk about this once we get to our E3 section, but I just had that thought, like, are they actually going to show anything, or are we going to go another year without seeing anything else about the
Nintendo's
Final
version
Fantasy
of
VII
Half-Life
remake?
3. I don't think we're going to see anything on it.
No, not
Alright.
Mother.
Does
I
anyone
don't
else have
think
any
we'll
more
see
one-ups?
Mother.
Any more one-ups? Any more good things?
You mean Blue
Or
Shells?
blue shells? Blue shells, bad things? Boo.
Bad things, boo.
Bad
We
things.
don't like blue
One-ups or
shell.
blue shells? Anything? Okay.
For blue
I
shells are
mean,
things we
I
don't
have
like.
something that's like
Because
halfway
it causes them
between
to
the
explode and
two.
also hit us.
Can we talk about the first thing?
The first what?
Hold on.
Here, you know, while you're looking for that, I'll
What
go
are
ahead
those?
and... I do have something that's like in the middle of a one-up and a blue shell.
Okay.
I don't know what we would categorize it as, but so Destiny 2 did a thing. It released a new expansion, Warmind. It used to be called Gods of Mars, which was a really cool title. I don't know why they got rid of that. But basically what happened was it came with a huge update to the game. You can sleep. Go over there. Anyway, it came with a huge update to the game that basically made exotic weapons, which are like the game's high-tier weapons, basically fun again. They made them overpowered. They made them feel like they were important, which is great. They added in a whole bunch of more events that you can partake in that are like super high light level. They added in a new raid, which is apparently fun. Like, I haven't been able to get up to a high enough light level to try it myself, but everyone who's told me about it thinks it's amazing. And then on top of all of this, the thing that got it halfway to a blue shell and not a one-up, they released this story-themed DLC with 5 story missions, and it feels like it's missing 3 missions, or at least a few cutscenes, because it's like you just get run through this story. There's no development. There's no anything.
It sounds like you're complaining about not trying to complain.
I'm really trying to like this, but the story was admittedly garbage because it's like someone edited it down to a nub.
Yeah.
And then left basically only the bare bones of anything.
Wow, that sounds familiar.
I know, right?
All right, let's continue
But
on.
yeah, so
we gotta get talk about this. We gotta get this out of the way
yeah.
before we get started.
One up to the adjustments they made in the game. Blue shell to the story, I guess. Woo.
Okay. We gotta talk about Smash Brothers because we haven't really talked about.
Let's go.
So
Let's get this going. I'm more thirsty.
The other
We
day
did the live reaction, of course.
We did a live reaction. but
The
we
other
didn't
day.
actually Dive deep
The other
into it.
day.
The
And
other
Ethan's
day.
right
The
around
other day.
corner.
The
I
other
wanna talk
day.
about it.
The other day.
So we already kind of speculated on what characters we think we're going to see in the game.
Yep.
We kind of speculated on some of the movesets and different things like that, and that's all great and that's all dandy and all, but I really think one of the things I really want to touch on
Bioluminescence.
I think we all should talk about 5 characters that need to be in the game that haven't necessarily been announced yet.
Like,
They could
each
be
of us
old-
pick 5
could be returning
characters?
characters or brand new characters. Who needs to join the franchise?
Are we
Okay.
allowing third-party characters?
Well, here, Jaden, how about you start it off and then we'll just rotate until we feel like we've said enough.
Okay.
Yep.
How about we get one new character, and then we get one old character,
So I think
or
Ike
one
should come
returning
back.
character.
Yeah.
And then as far as new characters go, oh, by the way, in case you didn't know, this is kind of what we're seeing as far as characters in the light.
Allegedly, at least the most likely.
Allegedly.
This even right here seems wrong. Just FYI. I'm reading this and I'm rethinking putting this video in here. Anyway, rip. But I definitely think I want Ike to make a return for selfish reasons. Ike's always been one of my favorite characters to play with.
We like Ike.
I think they should reintroduce Link in the sense of they're saying that Link is going to be a Breath of the Wild Link. I think he should have a whole new moveset. and be considered a new character, and then they can
Yes.
bring back
That's a
something.
problem in a fighting game if you do that.
I don't think it's that big of a problem.
It's a huge problem for.
Then just introduce
No,
Breath of the Wild
'cause
Link
they already
and
had
also
Link and they had
Twilight
Link.
Link.
Oh
so
my
you're
God.
saying add a third link?
Add
Maybe
a
I
third
should
link.
check
They
that
already
really
have
quick.
2 links.
Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I know.
just
I said maybe I should
just-
have checked out this video.
just the booty. I was just doing that. Okay.
Yeah.
Jane, my bro, you set this up, man.
Sorry.
It's not gonna
The
be in the
booty
game. Stop it. Okay.
Uh,
Continue.
I
Sorry.
definitely think that.
What are we, Ezra? Eri,
This game is
what's his
probably
name?
gonna come out in September.
Huh?
What's his name? The shout guy,
Shout guy.
the shouty hype guy.
So,
Shouty hype guy.
Who else?
Yeah,
I,
with the lewd t-shirts.
all right, I got it.
I think it starts
Etika?
with an E. Etika, that's the
That
one.
new
We're not
character?
what are we, Etika?
And
Yeah,
the
yeah.
character. I definitely think the arms characters should be somehow represented. It kind of makes sense. I mean,
Mhm.
it's gonna happen. It's
They're gonna be a
Switch.
trophy.
It's a fighting game. Oh god, if they're a trophy, that'd be so dumb. That'd be such a kick in the nuts to arms.
Well, it does make sense for them almost to not be in the game because Nintendo wants to promote their game. They
Right.
don't want to like bring a character from a fighting game into this other fighting game because Smash is gonna eclipse it no matter what.
It's already been eclipsed. It's kind of small. I think it made a showing at Evo, and
It
then
did.
that was it.
It did.
I think
That's it.
Paper
It's never
Mario
coming
needs
back,
to
I don't
be
think.
an official character.
I agree with that.
Paper Mario
That would
is
be
such
really
a
good.
good character as a whole, and he has some really unique moves that you don't really see or have showcased by Mario.
I'm actually
I
surprised.
think Mario should be reworked to include Cappy rather than the Fudge.
Well, of course.
I mean, these are just kind of little thoughts in my head. It's so hard to be like, whoa, what characters need to be in the game?
No, it's
I
really
can tell
not.
you about 48 returning characters I want back in the game.
There you
I want
go.
all of them, to some extent. But at the same time,
Auto-playing.
if we're gonna get new characters, I think we should definitely do. I think we should definitely really look and consider, hey, who are we bringing to this? Rumors were like they may try to bring back some old characters from some old Nintendo games like Sin and Punishment and introduce some of those characters in.
What the heck is Sin and
No,
Punishment?
well, Sin and Punishment, they've been in as trophies and side characters since Brawl.
So it'd be cool to see them maybe represented as a playable character. I've seen that.
I
mean,
think that'd be pretty unlikely. Sin and
I
Punishment
have
2 is still like a
so
cult
many
classic. It's a
characters.
$30 game on the Wii, so we're
Is it
little
30?
years. Yeah.
Duck Hunt Dog.
Unless it's gone down.
Duck Hunt
Mhm.
needs to come back. Duck Hunt's my favorite troll character of all time.
I mean, it's really good.
I prefer Game and Watch on that front. Honestly.
Well, Game & Watch
If
isn't
I had to
really
choose
that much
between
of
the
a... Well, no,
Game
he
and Watch
is...
is cooler.
I think
He
we need
is
to
a
cut back on
troll-ish
Fire Emblem
character.
characters. I really do.
I disagree.
We have Villager. We don't need two of
We
them.
have so many Fire Emblem characters, and there's so many other games we can be introducing.
I-
There are like 6 Fire Emblem characters.
No, we need all of the Fire Emblem characters. We need to
Exactly.
take all the characters from Fire Emblem Warriors and then put them
Somewhere
in a
else.
Somewhere
Smash
else.
Bros. Game.
I don't want The Legend of Zelda to become that because Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild had so many good.
Well, I
had
mean...
so many good characters brought into the game, and I really don't want to see all the champions become a character.
Don't think that's gonna happen.
I don't think it's going to happen either.
they
but
don't
for
have,
a
what,
long
what would their
time,
movesets
could.
be?
What is more likely to happen
Yeah.
is that they're going to actually take the new league's movesets based on Breath of the Wild.
I will
Like
admit,
Uppy will be Rivali's Scale.
Spoilers.
Protection, like those kind of
Spoilers,
things.
my God.
Oh my God. It is nuts. Timeout. No, there's no such
No,
thing as
there's no
spoilers anymore.
timeout.
Breath of
It's
the
a
Wild, the
year-old
game's been out
game.
over a year.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But it's
Yeah.
still funny.
It's not funny.
It is
It's been-
totally funny.
It's been long enough.
So yeah, I mean, we'll see.
right.
I mean, I gotta
what about
be
you
honest.
guys?
I would
Your
like.
You.
Your turn.
I would like to see
Go,
Rivali's
Blake.
Gale. Okay, so I want to see, as far as new characters go, so Ubisoft has always had a really good working arrangement with Nintendo. We see that with the new Rabbids game. We saw that with the way they worked with Nintendo on the Wii U. They've always worked really well with them
Yeah.
together. I just want to see Rayman. That's all, man.
Oh, that's
As
a
far
good
as
idea.
like an external character,
I like it.
I think he has a wide enough. He's been in enough games, enough variety of games that he could have a pretty wide moveset.
Yeah.
I think it's more likely that rabbits are going to be a character, honestly. But
Meh.
knockoff minions. But I mean, I would say that if they didn't come out in 2006, but yeah, no, Rayman, he would be great as a character. I think good. You could probably just come up with a few moves on your own, without even thinking about it too hard. He floats. He shoots laser balls. He was in a party game. He has lots of fun little things he can do.
Yeah.
Aside from that, as far as returning characters go, I would like to most see. I think the fact that we missed out on Wolf last generation was a miss. He was different enough from Fox and Falco. Falco's almost. Falco doesn't really do enough to set him apart from Fox, other than.
I think if you're gonna do Star Fox as a game, you bring back like a character like Crystal.
Hey, stop stealing my notions.
That's your character?
Yeah, I picked Crystal when we talked about this before, you dang thief.
Sorry.
I thought yours was Shantae.
No, I have like 5. Are you kidding me?
Oh, jeez. Well,
yeah,
I'm done.
I have a lot. You're done?
All right.
I only wanted to
my
pick 2.
God.
I didn't want to take too long.
I know one of yours. I actually avoided saying it, but then
I don't know.
said one.
I already said Game and Watch.
I'll limit it to 3. Okay. I do definitely agree on Paper Mario. That's a great idea. But
that is a good one.
So I think it's almost all but confirmed at this point. But Shovel Knight it deserves to be in Smash. He's a great character. He's very recognizable. He fits the aesthetic, and his moveset would be dead easy. It's like it's aesthetic.
Absolutely.
Aesthetic. But anyway, moving on. Yeah, Crystal was my choice because we were talking about this a while ago, and he was like, "No, bring back Wolf," and I was sitting there like, "Well, instead of bringing back a character that's just a copy of 2 other characters that's only slightly different, how about you just bring a character in from the series that's never been done, like Crystal? She could have ranged attacks with magic. Her staff can be used as the weapon.
Right.
It's super easy."
Yeah, her move will be based off of the worst Star Fox game.
True, but maybe this would be a sign of them actually bringing back characters into a better universe.
I would be perfectly fine with them reworking or redoing another Star Fox game similar to
Temperatures.
Adventures, because actually Adventures is a really solid game, but it's really poorly executed in certain.
It's a solid game that was.
Krazoa Palace.
Are you just gonna recycle old JonTron?
Yes.
The fact that it had a language, like its own language, was kind of weird.
It's like okay.
They focused on things.
If you're going to make a fake language, yes, I am lifting this from JonTron. Just go with the fake language. Don't be like rah rah rah. General scales.
General scales.
It's just it doesn't make any sense. But at any rate, and my last character, Shantae. Because Shantae, recently, especially with the release of Half Genie Hero, she's gained a huge amount of popularity as a character.
She should be a character in Smash.
She should be. Because it's like, again, it's a character that is dead easy to translate to Smash because she is a combat-oriented character with a unique moveset.
She whips her hair back and forth.
She whips her hair back and forth. She transforms into animals. I mean, if they really want to go ham, they could even bring back, like, the Pirate's Curse stuff, which would be really fun.
What if Risky was the character instead?
Here's what I think.
If they put in Risky, they would put in Shantae.
As much as I'd like to keep talking about Smash, I think we're going to take a quick short break.
Are we?
But when we return, we're going to talk for another 30 to 45 minutes or so about E3 leaks and rumors. And we want you guys to tell us if you think they're real. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
He's the Senate.
Put your fingers against mine. Here, do this.
And we're back. All right. Just want to take a quick intermission here, but we are here.
That didn't work.
No, it didn't.
All right. So now we're going to talk about E3 leaks. What's real, what's fake. You guys decide. Anyway.
It's all
first,
fake. Everything's fake.
I want to go over this because it'll be really fast.
Okay.
Before we get into like the really, really deep detail stuff, I do want to show this image. Again, this could be a spoiler.
Oh, by the way, this is the first time me and Blake have seen this as well. Because Jaden was like, nah, we'll keep it a secret. And it's like, okay. So we don't know what's happening either.
I love secrets. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead.
Which is
and
why
pull
you're
this up
showing
here.
us spoilers.
Hold on just a second.
Shield your little eyes if you don't want to know anything about Pokemon.
Right.
First thing.
Tim. Oh wait, no, wait.
Are you guys ready?
Is this about? What's this?
Yeah,
one
I'm
about?
prepared
Is this the Pokemon
I'm
one?
prepared for the spoilers.
Is this the Pokemon one?
This was on the Microsoft website today.
Oh, that looks like it was probably an error.
Yeah, that probably would be.
It's probably on the cache. They probably kept it. Final one.
Apparently, that's what they're claiming. A user found it. They posted it to Twitter. Said, "Hey, what the crap? Don't get my hopes up." And they tweeted at a Microsoft developer for Xbox, and he said, "Yeah, I think this is actually a mistake." But he didn't say, like, he's like, "Please tell us if this is happening or not, so we don't get our hopes up." He never confirmed or denied that it was happening. He just said, "Oh, this webpage is still. We never took it out. It's not like."
When was that canceled? That was canceled back in like 2014.
Like
That was at the beginning of last year.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
beginning.
beginning.
Oh
of last
God, that feels like so long ago.
But can you imagine how big of a well-kept secret that would be? I mean, what other than Halo 6, which by the way, Halo's kind of like dead in my opinion. Like,
It's not dead. They
It's
just
definitely
need
not.
to. They just need to make a better campaign.
well, I think they're at the point where it's like they are shooting. They're kind of beating a dead horse.
No, what they need to do is make a Halo Wars 3. That'll bring everyone back.
They need to, like Jaden. All they need to do is actually make a half decent game.
Yeah.
What?
Like, I
My
know that
roommate
that's
thinks
so.
it's a decent game.
Okay, no. Allow me to rephrase that. To make a better single player, because that's what turns so many people off of
Well,
Halo 5 is that the campaign
Let's look
sucks.
at Sony. We haven't talked about PlayStation at all.
Okay.
PlayStation is a perfect example of this. I was just talking to my wife, like, I need to have a PS4 because they have this.
What's a
And she's like,
PlayStation?
well, don't they already have all those games?
It's a
on Xbox?
machine you
I said,
don't have.
no.
Oh.
The beauty of PlayStation is they focus on one thing, and that is entertainment value for a single-player experience. They release tons of single-player exclusives. Detroit Become Human is one of the greatest demos I've played in
What
a
is
long
that
time.
game? The game with the tiger. What is that?
The
They
Tasmanian
did
Tiger.
Uncharted. What else? They have Spider-Man on the way out.
I'm looking
true.
at this.
This is the same stuff I was saying about the PS3 when it was out, though. Nobody believed me.
Yeah, but here we are, you know. So, I don't know. Maybe, to your point, Nate, I 100% agree. They definitely need to make sure that they're releasing single-player content and draw people back. It's great, but here's the truth. Everybody has multiplayer on PC, on PlayStation, on Xbox. It doesn't matter. If you want people to actually pick up your console, you do what Nintendo and PlayStation are doing, and you create single-player exclusives like Scalebound. So, all right. Again, this was
Life of
just
the-
leaked out. I'm gonna
Life
zoom
of the
in on
Black
this
Tiger.
fast.
That's what I was thinking of.
So this is actually apparently
Oh,
a supposed
no.
leaked
Yes.
list of the entire presentation that Nintendo is putting together. I will read it out to you guys.
Go for it.
Good, because I might left my glasses in the car. Remind me to bring them next
But
time.
before
Your
we
gases?
do this,
Glasses. Gases.
before we do this, take all of this with a grain of salt
Fascists.
because it could all be 100% fake.
It kind of looks really fake.
Well, there's
We'll go
actually a
through it.
Nintendo logo and stuff behind. I just cropped it so we can see it better.
Well, yeah, but it still looks.
Let's look at a previous list, shall we?
Well, no, let's look at the current list first.
Like that?
Yeah, let's look at this first, and then we'll
Okay.
go to the previous list.
All right, so right there, this is our current list. It says we're gonna have an intro trailer showing off third parties.
Yep.
They're gonna feature Dragon Ball FighterZ, FIFA 19, 2K19.
Seems like a
Crash
reasonable
Bandicoot
guess.
Insane Trilogy, which was rumored to come out
Wait,
to Switch.
isn't Fighter Z
Octopath
is
Traveler finally getting some more limelight, and Wolfenstein 2 New Colossus to start things off.
Yep.
Then everyone that already knows about Smash, go ahead and get it out of the way. Show off a trailer, a software demo, and then talk about the tournament for Super Smash Bros. Switch. Then we're going to do Punch-Out, coming out with a new game trailer and software demo. It's called Punch-Out Become the Champion, made by Next Level Games. Then they're going to talk about everyone's favorite Metroid Prime 4. Real quick, I do want to point out this. Do you guys think Metroid is a 2018 release, or do you think it's going to be next year?
I think it's next year.
I do too. Nintendo has stated that everything they talk about in their showcase is going to be a this year thing. They're not really going to focus too far in the future. The farthest they probably get is in spring. Metroid could come out in the spring, or could come out this year, but I don't think it's going to be talked about much. They may mention its progress and show off a quick teaser, but it's not going to be crazy.
I think they'll actually show a real trailer.
Gameplay footage for what is called Metroid Prime Renegade.
I don't think it's going to have game. It seems way too soon to have actual gameplay footage of it, considering like last year, if they actually had even a build of it, they probably would have tried to show it off, or they would have made a trailer for it. Because what
did the teaser trailer say?
The teaser trailer was basically just a bunch of cosmic space dust swirling into the Metroid logo.
I wasn't really paying attention to it.
Yeah, and the logo was blue.
I was one of the only people, apparently, in the world who did not care about that, but...
Yeah, no, everyone else freaked out. I freaked out, Jaden freaked out a little bit. I was super into it.
Everybody was all... I was like, wasn't a super exciting conference.
If we were editing this, I would just take like 5-second clip from Etika's reaction of it, because he's like jumping out of his chair against the wall like, Samus!
I don't know why I'd be excited about it. It looks nothing like Ooblets.
So, Fire Emblem is finally going to be talked about. They're going to show it off. It's called Fire Emblem Memories. Again, trailer, gameplay footage. Intelligent Systems working on that one. Fallout 3 Anniversary. Bethesda is bringing an exclusive title to the Switch. Fallout 3 Remastered for the Nintendo Switch.
Okay, see, that I really doubt.
Yeah, I do too. This is where I start going, ooh, I don't know.
No, see, like, to
Yoshi's
me...
Flipping Island. Because
that's a dumb name.
Well, no, here's the thing. It is a dumb name, but there also has been rumors that the game is called Yoshi Flipped because the way the world flips. It's still kind of that, what is that, Woolly World theme, but it's more like a...
Some official English document this is.
Cardboard.
So I could see how this would play off. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee with a trailer.
Wow. Also bad titles.
I will explain all of that. That's actually probably legit.
No, that'd be a terrible game.
You don't even know what it is. Just wait.
Okay, look, if they're talking about...
We actually have a whole section coming up on Pokemon.
Okay, fine. We'll be able to talk about it then. Okay. But for the record, I already think it's a bad idea with those titles.
A new F-Zero.
It can't be good.
Teaser trailer.
Like, see, that's the only thing on this list that I'm like, I really hope it's kind of real. Because I'm like, Platinum making an F-Zero sounds awesome.
Platinum? You mean the action game company
is
making a racing game?
The Bayonetta one.
I guess that's true.
Here's what I've been saying.
That Falcon would be Punch. Hilarious.
Can I just touch on this?
Yeah, sure.
One of the Nintendo games I think that Nintendo fans didn't know they needed until now is a Metroid-style action, or even like action like Bayonetta-style game featuring Captain Falcon showing off his day job as a bounty hunter.
Just be aware those are very different genres.
I mean,
one of the two. I'm cool with a dark, gritty shooter or...
A dark, gritty shooter.
The Dark Souls of Platinum games.
They already have that. It's called Bayonetta.
Right, but imagine if they do that touching on the F-Zero world. I mean, there's so much lore there. You can go and read it in any F-Zero racing game. You can go back and read, like, on the characters about, like, their worlds and where they come from and who they are.
I'll touch your F-Zero world anytime.
Like, I think it would be perfectly fine if they just had, like, a racing... Or, wait, just a game that had, like, a blend of racing and that.
Okay. And that's where we're getting in a bit. I don't think the F-Zero is real, and I'll tell you why in a minute.
Okay.
And if it is, I don't think it's a racing game. I think it is something else. Because one, it is Platinum, and two, what we're going to talk about in a minute.
Who plays racing
Honestly,
games?
I think the next thing is the most likely on the list.
I think this is really likely Fortnite to Switch.
Yeah. It just seems obvious.
I can play it on a toaster.
Yeah.
Almost.
And lastly, Star Fox Lilat Systems trailer gameplay footage, Retro Studios. Now, this is already contradicting with another rumor
Yep.
That we're going to be talking about, which is called Star Fox Grand Prix, which is actually a
A kart racer?
F-Zero, Diddy Kong Racing crossed racing game featuring in the Star Fox universe. Which, by the way, Star Fox and F-Zero are in the same universe. If you didn't know that.
Wait, what?
We're going to get into this. This is actually a leak.
I've heard that, but
Wait, what?
This is a leak. We will get to this.
This sounds
They're
absurd.
in the same universe?
I have to explain it when I say it like that.
They're
I
in the
get
same
really
universe.
sorry. But you have to let me explain it in detail before we get there. Okay.
I get to ride the Landmaster in a.
You get,
in a
no,
kart
I-
racer.
so
They're in
you're
the
thinking
same
kart racer, and
universe?
It's definitely not a kart racer.
But you said it was like Diddy Kong Racing.
That is a kart racer.
So, here we go.
Okay.
Start with the Star Fox League, and then we'll get to the Pokemon League. Oh, actually, real
Yeah.
quick, let's go back to this real fast. I'm so sorry.
Oh, we were gonna look at the old list
We're
too.
going to look at the old list.
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
quick. So, on these old lists, I want to show you guys previous years just so we can laugh. Because, again, we don't know if that was legit or not.
I really doubt it.
Here's the reasons why we don't
Last
think it's
year-
legit.
This was one of the lists. They
Yep.
had Odyssey. They have some of it, right? Odyssey, Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle, right?
Odyssey had already
Some
been
of it-
formally announced by
Yeah,
that
some
point.
of it we already knew.
This is where it starts breaking off.
Kingdom
Yeah.
Battle was leaked by Laura K. Dale, and then
Luigi's Mansion 3.
yeah, I
It
remember.
could be announced. It could be announced.
Remember when that happened?
I mean, I would be hyped for
Um,
Luigi's Mansion
Super
3.
Mario Maker Deluxe for Switch.
Okay, see, that I'm actually surprised that it
Seems
hasn't...
unlikely.
Smash Brothers for Switch.
Why does
just
it seem
now got
unlikely?
announced, but it wasn't announced last year.
It's not a game that
They
really
had
would be
two Kirby
optimized
games.
on a Switch.
If you look
Yep.
here, there's 2 Kirby games.
It didn't
There's a
stop them
Kirby
from
Movie
porting
Title
literally everything.
and a Kirby Defenders of Dreamland. So there's
Well,
2 Kirby games.
they're correct there, kind of. There were 2 Kirby games that came out.
Dragon Quest 11, Fire Emblem Warriors, Metroid 2D, which they did.
Mm-hmm.
Monster Hunter Generations 2, which is just now got announced.
Yeah.
For English, anyway. But yeah.
No More Heroes 3, it kind of is working. Sonic Forces, Sonic Mania, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, never actually came to the Switch.
Nope.
Call of Duty World War II,
Nope.
never came to Switch.
Overwatch.
silly.
Overwatch.
Okay,
never
that's
came to Switch.
another one that I think is going to come to Switch eventually.
I don't think it'll ever
I
come to
really
Switch.
think it
No,
will.
I don't think it will.
I think it
Tekken
will.
7 didn't come to Switch.
Nope.
Metroid Prime 4 Scars, if that's called, made by Retro Studios, which we already know is not true. Not
I
happening.
think that was the big giveaway for that.
And then Donkey Kong Country Skull Jungle. Never
Skull
happened.
Jungle!
I mean, that does sound cool. Don't get me wrong.
That's funny.
Let's laugh at this next one, shall we?
Yeah, go for it.
That's the one we just reviewed.
Scalebound.
Alright.
There it
This
is.
is the one.
This one was funny. Breath of the Wild DLC.
Ooh.
No doubt.
Super Mario Frostland.
When does that come out?
Splatoon Counterattack.
When does that
Mario
come out?
Kart 8.
This was
Switch
2017.
it.
When does that come out?
This was
None of these
2017. Here, Blake, it's okay.
Smash Bros. For Switch, okay. Pikmin
okay.
World. Minecraft for Switch.
That happened.
Dragon Quest 11. Super Mario Rabbids Invasion. Assassin's Creed Egypt. Elder Scrolls Skyrim Special Edition. NBA 2K17. FIFA 17 and Just Dance 17.
What's an NBA FIFA?
Some of those things actually happened, yes. But is it because they had other inside sources and everyone was already talking about it? Probably.
Have you ever heard of NBA
Right.
FIFA?
No, also they're 2 individual things held by
Oh.
2 individual...
I couldn't tell.
Wait, is NBA... I know that it's one of the big 3. It's either NBA Madden or FIFA. One of the... 2 of those inexchangeably that are owned by 2K. I think one of
You guys
them
ready
is...
for
One of
the
them's
leaks?
Pro Evolution
Are you
Soccer.
ready to go to
Yeah.
Imagination Land?
I'm ready to go.
This could be real, this could be fake.
Do I
But
need
these are
to...
leaks that have been reported on the internet in the past 72 hours.
I have to
Do,
think
You
do
guys are not aware
I...
of.
Do I need to
Pokemon
huff
1 is probably
something?
way more legit than the other one.
Do I
When
need to
I actually
huff
got
something
excited.
before
Okay.
we start this
You
to
need
make
what?
it more believable? Do I need
This
to
should be
huff
fun.
something?
No.
Like huff some paint or
No,
some paint
it could
thinner
definitely
or
happen.
something like that.
It's kind of like one of those, like, hey, why do we need a Han Solo movie?
Okay,
But
I'm ready.
You still do it anyway, right?
Well, let's go.
Rumor is that Retro is
Also
working
facing
on...
the camera.
Oh, we're good.
No, you are not facing.
You were
the
looking at
camera.
us.
So it's just you showing the side of your head.
Fine. Rumor has it, that Retro is working on a Star Fox racing game, which is a cross of both F-Zero and Diddy Kong Racing in this sense. It is a very fast-paced, multi-vehicle racing game. It is not a kart racer. It is more along the lines of F-Zero. Fast-paced, fast action. Okay? But it features boss battles and an overarching hub world, or hub universe, similar to that of what Diddy Kong Racing had.
So it's going to be like... Wait, hold on.
It's like Sega All-Star Racers for the...
No.
For the Star Fox
universe?
universe?
It's like the crew.
Mother of God.
This is actual leak that came out, and Retro is said to be working on it. Which, by the way, let's go ahead and put this out there. It is a known fact that Retro is working on a highly anticipated
I don't know how I feel about that.
Or a highly respected Nintendo franchise.
Attacking the Power of Juju 2.
It's not.
It had a sequel.
They have said it is a new.
It also had an animated series.
Well, that was because it was.
The other rumor is that Retro has been working on a new IP. Mm-hmm. This is old stuff before the Star Fox leak, right? Mm-hmm. So keep all the stuff in your head as I bring this up. All the Star Fox stuff. See if it fits the criteria. New IP. Technically, it's a racing game. I would consider a new IP. It's called Star Fox Grand Prix.
I don't think that's what IP means. Intellectual property.
I mean, it could be.
Star Fox is an existing IP, so a new IP would automatically
like what Splatoon
the F-Zero universe, because rumor is the F-Zero universe.
Oh, you're talking about like
together. If you put them together, would it then become a new IP?
Well, if it was under a new banner, like how Smash Bros.
I guess so. Okay. If they are in canon in the same universe, fine. I can't see them fusing the two together so well,
because that's taking All-Stars Racing.
That's taking the aesthetic of there's only like anthropomorphic.
Oh boy, let's do that sometime.
I'm fine with it being like a spin-off title. I don't like the idea of for some reason.
So here's the thing:
humans in the Star Fox universe for some reason doesn't work for me.
Here's the thing:
I don't know why.
Because they're hot furry dog people.
It's so hard to.
It's just animals. There's no humans.
I gotta get this off my chest.
Cool.
I'm a huge Star Fox fan. I actually stuck with it through Adventures. I stuck with it through Assault.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Even in their ups and downs. The truth is, after Star Fox hit Wii U, and honestly, ever since Star Fox 64 and everything they've done after Star Fox 64, Star Fox 64 was the last great Star Fox game. They tried to
Wait, hold on.
This is way more heartfelt than it should be.
Huh?
What the heck? This is like legit heartfelt.
Yeah, this is legit heartfelt.
Good lord. Yeah, I know.
So rude.
I know.
Star Fox 64 was the last good Star Fox game. And as much as I love the series because it's nostalgic, it is my childhood. But the truth is, it's gonna die if it continues on this trend it is. There are so many great games, there's so many great franchises, and the truth is, nothing is really happening that is good with all things that we know as Star Fox.
Well, I don't know, the completionist liked it.
Man, I'm not here anymore. Hold on. I'm literally not here anymore. My Xbox shut off. Okay.
How long has that been like that?
That just happened. Like just now.
What's going through the Xbox?
Alright.
Jaden's mic.
I'm gonna try to yell.
What? Oh no. Jump over here, Nate. Jaden.
Hi, Jaden.
Let's do this.
How are you?
Okay.
Alright, so what I was saying was this.
Our powers.
No.
When it comes to Star Fox, they have to do something to rebrand to get people back in the franchise. They've tried doing a third-person action game, didn't work. They tried to do On Foot, didn't work. They tried to go back and recreate Star Fox 64 on the Wii U, didn't work. Didn't sell well, didn't do well at all. Right?
It's mostly because the controls were god-awful.
Well,
exactly.
the completionists liked it.
Right, but that's one group out of how many people?
Don't mess around with the XLR cable, please.
I'm not.
No, it's
I'm just holding it.
Don't even touch it.
All I'm going to say is this.
He's popular.
Star Fox has to reinvent itself in order to be relevant again.
Mm-hmm.
No, and I think this is a great way to do it. You may disagree, but at the same time, if there's going to be any studio who can pull this off, if there's going to be any studio who can do this and do it well, it's Retro. Retro, let's think back to the year, to the early 2000s. They showed off a Metroid game, which a lot of people were not happy with, because to them, Metroid should have only been a 2D game. It should not have been a first-person shooter. These are things that Nintendo fans actually believed. They said Retro's going to destroy Metroid. We know and love Metroid. It's a great platformer. It doesn't need to be a first-person action game. These are things that actually people believed, and they went on about, and then guess what happened? Retro gets the IP, they run with it, and they knock its socks off to the point where now, when Metroid Prime 4 gets announced, which has been begged for years because the series is so good, they rebranded and retook a franchise that was failing, or not really failing, but not as relevant because games were changing, and they made it relevant again. And they made it a fan favorite again. And that's what needs to happen with Star Fox. And I think if you create a new genre within the Star Fox universe by doing this kind of racing game, it will revitalize the series franchise. And there's no other group of people that can do it better than Retro, as we have seen with the Metroid series. That's all I gotta say.
I have several problems with that.
I have two problems with that.
Well, let me... Okay, so first off, there was another game that also tried to reinvent itself to become more relevant, and that's how we got Metroid Other M. Second...
And that wasn't made by Retro, was it?
No, it was made by Team Ninja, but it was made by someone else.
Okay, but again,
isn't Retro the one who made...
To my point, it wasn't Retro.
Yeah, but Retro's the one who made that Xbox title that nobody likes.
Which one?
Recore.
Recore was okay. It just wasn't a huge knockout of the park.
Hold on.
I heard that it was
the
okay.
knack of Xbox.
Kinda, yeah. But at the same time, it's not too terrible.
Second, the reason Star Fox is in the mess of being not relevant is because it tried to reinvent itself. Adventures was a reinvention.
For the record, they didn't make Recore.
Armada was a reinvention. Who made Recore? I know it was the Metroid Prime team.
Retro,
no. It was the
Retro
Metroid.
is a Nintendo exclusive.
Hold on. It was the Metroid Prime director.
Oh, just the director.
Yeah, it wasn't the studio. It was just the direct. I was wondering if that was true or not after you said it, because I was like, does that sound right? I don't think that sounds right.
Armature Studio with help from Asobo Studio.
Yes, so studios.
So I was wrong about that.
Microsoft Studios.
Still,
so retracted.
Point is, second point still stands. The reason that Star Fox is in that mess is because they tried to reinvent themselves. People didn't like Adventures, people didn't like Armada, and people didn't like Zero, and people also didn't buy the DS game, but I don't know much about that one.
The DS game actually sold pretty well.
If we're going to be honest, there needs to be a fast-paced racing game. Nintendo's been missing it for a while. When's the last time F-Zero got released? It's been since the GameCube. It hasn't been in existence.
Are you forgetting Mario Kart?
I think there's a reason for that.
Mario Kart's not fast-paced. It's a kart racer.
Yeah, it's a kart racer.
It's like saying that Sonic All-Stars Racing is the same as Forza. They have different breeds.
Counterpoint. The reason that they haven't made one is because that game type is no longer relevant. If you look at the Wipeout series, they got discontinued also. They got wiped out. They were the best one. They were the most popular one. Sony dropped them because nobody is buying futuristic racers anymore. They got an indie title out now. I forget what it's called, Reverb or something like that.
2 on the Switch.
And they sell okay, but the only people who are buying them are the people who are into that. It's kind of like fighting games. It's a very niche thing. It's not something that would be popular and make a lot of money, and it's not something worth investing a lot of time or effort into for any company, really, if they're looking to try to make a profit off a game or make it a big budget game.
Yeah, I see where you're going.
My point is, this is something that smaller studios, indie studios, should handle, not something that Nintendo's going to put a lot of effort into making, I don't think.
Yeah. Let's see. What else do you guys think about that theory, though? Like, what else do you guys think or like about the idea of the game? Any other reservations?
Oh, well, hi, Mike. How are you? But,
everybody loves the crew.
Okay. I'll be completely honest. I played a little bit of Temperatures. I played through Star Fox 64. Stop.
You never beat Star Fox 64?
You keep talking at Temperatures.
I know. I'm going to continue.
No, it's Adventures.
Temperatures. Star Fox Temperatures.
Nate, let old memes die.
No. Not this one.
Stop carrying around the carcass.
It works so well, though.
You're not wrong.
Fine, you couple of killjoys. I played a little bit of Adventures. You happy?
Yes.
That sounds awfully generic. Can you make it more interesting?
I smashed through adventures. But anyway, so I played a little bit and I was like, yeah, it's kind of a bad game. But at the same time, I got the feeling like if this was actually handled by a more competent team, like someone who actually designed to, like, tried to build a new world out of making, like, a roaming Star Fox game or something like that, I think it could work. It was done poorly the first time, and then just no one attempted to do it again.
Got the nuts and bolts treatment.
It kind of really did.
Yeah.
So I'm going to vouch and say that I don't think that it needs to be reinvented. I think they need to retry it with more stuff put into it.
No, that's what they did with the Wii U version. The Wii U version was them retrying the OG.
But without a really terrible control system.
It was they messed up. They would decide we have to innovate by making the controls impossible.
They're never going to admit that that's what it was. And Nintendo is the kind of company to be so proud of their achievement,
true,
and their control system and their actual game to actually be like, you know what?
Well,
apparently fans don't like Star Fox anymore. This is the same.
And that's why we're not getting a Metroid Prime game.
That's the right.
I'm sorry, that was a really good point.
But that's also why we're not getting not getting a Paper Mario. They straight up said, "Oh, we don't want to recreate Paper Mario anymore because
just bring 1000-Year Door HD. That's all you have to do."
That's different.
But they don't want to. But no, it's not.
Yeah, it is. They gave reasons for it. It's not necessarily because
they said it's because they don't think fans want it.
No, that's not what they said.
That was their excuse. Yes, it was. I'll find the quote after the podcast.
Okay, that's fine.
They said
find the quote.
We do have to continue because
they said
and we have to talk about Pokemon.
They said the reason. Just this is really quick. They said the reason that they wanted to do it is because they already have an RPG.
Now,
but anyway,
it's called Mario and Luigi. They think that they don't need Paper Mario because Paper Mario can be taken in a different direction.
Quick.
They're wrong, but
quick thing.
Okay.
I personally don't think that they need to combine the two universes of... Even if they're in the same universe...
They already are.
I know they're in the same universe. Is Kirby...
Yeah.
I'm just going to say...
Kirby is in space. He's a star-shaped planet.
It's fine. Just bring... Oh my god,
in the
make
far
Kirby
future.
Air Ride 2.
Alright,
talking about Star Wars. I love Star Wars.
So we're actually not talking about Star Wars. We're actually going to talk about F-Zero. If they are going to continue doing F-Zero games... Because we saw F-Zero on the list, I wanted to bring this up. Because we talked about Platinum, we kind of mentioned this a second ago. If there's going to be any two games that I would try to combine to make a great F-Zero game, it would be Bayonetta and Bounty Hunter. Star Wars Bounty Hunter was a great game. You're basically running around, third-person action, climbing, finding bounties, trying to hunt down enemies. This could be a really fun combination.
Never played it.
With the F-Zero franchise for Captain Falcon. And I definitely think fans want to see Captain Falcon in his true nature, outside of just a F-Zero racer, because he's so strong or such a good fan favorite in Smash Brothers, and we need to see him act out in that environment. So I think if you give Platinum that role, give them the opportunity, they'd be a great person. Back to the thing we just saw a minute ago.
I think that's reasonable.
Let's talk Pokemon, shall we?
So what's up with your mic?
I love talking Pokemon. Although Meowth's the only one I know.
Okay, I'm gonna go over everything.
And Lugia, and
Mewtwo.
This is Game Explains video, by the way.
Greninja sometimes.
So this is the logo, supposed logo leak.
Jirachi.
Yeah. Jirachi.
Hey, so before we continue, this is likely going to happen. This is likely to be real. Could be fake. But Nintendo has apparently claimed domains for www.PokemonLet'sGoPikachu.com and PokemonLet'sGoEevee.com.
Oh my gosh. You mean like how they did a copyright and domain claim for Pokemon Stars?
True.
They did a domain for Pokemon Stars?
Yeah.
I think they did, didn't they?
Yeah, no, that was
I know
thing.
So they actually purchased a website?
Yeah.
They may have. I think they did.
I think so.
Has anybody gone to those websites?
Yes, I guarantee it. I don't know off the top of my head.
Anyway, this is supposedly the logo for Let's Go Pikachu. Let's Go Eevee is brown with an Eevee tail. That's probably the only difference.
These aren't going to be the main...
This is...
They are.
No, they aren't.
This is what apparently this is. Two versions, Pikachu and Eevee. They are yellow remakes for Switch. Red and Blue play a role in the story where you and your rival are new trainers. So red and Blue are back, but they have some other aspect in it. So this could be in the future. This doesn't necessarily have to have taken place during the actual era or time of Yellow. Like when we played Yellow the first time, it was the same as Red and Blue.
Oh, okay.
Right? So this could be like 5 years later.
So like
or 10 years
Sun and
later.
Moon.
Right, basically during Sun and Moon. And it still takes from Sun and Moon with the Poker Ride system. So Poker Ride system is back for all HMs in this.
That was a good idea.
They also said that they're going to they may not just have Kanto Pokemon, they may have new Pokemon that or they also may have Pokemon from other regions in Kanto.
Okay.
This is 110% fake.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Let me continue.
Okay.
Because this isn't like there is a long-standing theory. So following Pokemon Return, your Pikachu or your Eevee will follow you around.
Yeah.
Again, has an online hub for players. Pokemon Go.
That's obvious.
You're saying that you get a Pikachu or an Eevee?
Yes.
As your starter.
And do they evolve? They don't.
We don't know. We don't have those details yet.
Because if they do, that's unfair, and if they don't, that's also unfair. Eevee's terrible.
Okay. Anyway.
But he's so cute, though.
I'm not saying he's not cute. I'm saying he's a terrible.
Let's finish this up. Has Pokemon Go integration, hence the name. That's why they do it.
Do you want to take a second to fix your mic so we can actually all talk?
If I do that, I'm not going to be able to fix my mic at this point.
How can you not?
The reason I cannot is because I'll have to turn on my Xbox. Mm-hmm. I will have to do that without a monitor and navigate perfectly to the party system. I'll have to sign into everything because I'm using 3 monitors to do this.
So wait, this whole time you were using your Xbox party system to put your mic in?
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. That's actually a really good workaround.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of you.
Yeah, that's how you do it. But then I didn't move the joystick and then the Xbox turned off. So
okay, well, can we all still be heard?
I mean, we can probably.
The audio
I can just come over there if you want.
Here, hold on a second. I mean, you can. I think there's room. Let me.
If you want to take a second, we can talk about why we think it's fake.
How about before we get to that, let me just do this.
Shall we get started? Yo, it's in here.
Hey, he's gonna test.
I can just come over there if you want.
Hold on a second.
It's fine.
Yeah, okay.
It's fine.
Blake, you and me just gotta speak up.
Oh, it's fine.
Oh, speak up, you say.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so
I am
continuing
good
on.
at the speaking up.
I am too.
My son is sleeping.
Exterminate.
I don't watch that show.
Oh wow, sad day. All right, Pokemon Go integration. I don't know to what extent this is.
That is what makes this whole thing horse crap.
No, here's the thing though. It's brilliant in this regard.
No, it isn't.
When they say Pokemon Go integration, I don't think they're actually literally talking, oh, you can run out and catch Pokemon in real life. Mm-hmm. I don't think they're saying that.
Yeah.
I think they're taking some of the dynamics as far as how you catch Pokemon. Like, you can use the touchscreen to like throw Pokeballs and do that because that was actually a really popular thing. I think you would be able to catch some Pokemon for... like. So they're saying that there will be a new accessory used with Go and both games.
I don't think that's what integration
This
is.
sounds like so
Hear me out.
fake immediately.
Hear me out. But I have evidence after this.
You have evidence.
After this.
You have evidence from
Beyond the domain.
post that says real leaks.
From now on, refer to us as the jury.
You realize, okay,
Yeah, actually.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
you realize
How are you doing, gentlemen?
that the fan base is pretty much sold on this being legit.
How you doing, ladies?
You guys I'm surprised you guys
God,
haven't.
It's not.
I'm surprised you guys haven't heard about this because YouTube has been blowing up for the past 2 days.
I have not
From
seen
this.
this on anything.
This has been all over YouTube.
I've
I
been
have
watching.
not seen it. At
Oh my
all.
gosh. Okay,
I've
let me
been
finish.
trying to catch up on JoJo.
Okay, so there will be a new accessory that will be used with both Go and the games, and that's where the integration comes in. This is my speculation. This obviously wasn't coming from the leak.
Okay.
I think some Pokemon, like your non-Kanto region Pokemon and maybe some other Pokemon, will be, like, you'll be able to log into a certain part of Pokemon Go. Like, so you'll be in the Go app on your phone, but then you can change the mode from Go into Pokemon Let's Go, Eevee, Let's Go Pikachu mode. You can switch to that mode, and the way you catch Pokemon and how you discover Pokemon in Pokemon Go will slightly change, and will utilize the device, this new accessory,
This
to help
seems
Go.
clunky and unnecessary.
The thing is, Pokemon Go was such a success that they want to continue some of that.
And still is. People seem to forget that all the time. They're like,
it is still
Pokemon Go is still around? Yes, it's still around.
Yeah.
It's still one of the most
So,
popular games.
exactly. So if you integrate that with the mainland Pokemon series, I mean, that's
I
brilliant.
think
You
is
know
a
it's going to happen.
Huge mistake to integrate it with the main.
Exactly. If they just made it to where you can import all your Pokemon day one that you have inside
No.
of Pokemon Go, that'd be terrible.
I mean, just period. Integrating it into any Pokemon game, I think, is a huge mistake.
But we don't know to what extent yet. We don't know the details. These are just, again, these are very, very subtle and like small hints toward what is actually coming.
Like,
I think these are small hints
If you
towards nothing because it's not real.
if you like,
Fair enough.
I really think that this is fake. First of
Okay.
all, I'm just gonna play devil's advocate for
Can I finish it and then we can get in the nitty gritty?
It's just with the Pokemon Go iteration.
Let him
Fine,
Okay.
go.
So, there will be rewards in game and in Pokemon Go for linking the two together, and it will be releasing this year. Now, to continue on, this leak image. Remember this guy?
You've seen this one, yeah.
What's on her head?
What's on whose head?
What's on this girl's head?
There's a girl? I don't see one.
I don't even.
This
Is
is
it- are they on top
is
of
this
the
not a
Lapras?
girl? That's her leg.
Is that a Lapras?
That's her leg. That's her arm.
That's a Lapras,
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
okay.
that not an Eevee on her head?
It could be.
That's a freaking
actually,
Eevee
yeah,
on her head.
That is an Eevee on her head.
Yeah.
If they are
Yes.
doing this, and this is a legit screenshot, just a poor quality one at that, and after all, if this is a real screenshot, they're probably really hustling to try to take a picture and get this leak out. But if they are doing a follow system, that makes perfect sense. You're gonna show Eevee or Pikachu trying not to get wet or hanging out with the trainer when surfing.
Oh, do you remember those Smash Brothers leaks that came out before Smash 4 came out?
Oh God, yes.
So that
Now-
everybody believed it because they had
Let's
like
freaking
super
continue on.
well-doctored-
Yeah. Huh?
Now, these seem like subtle tweets, but Game Freak has never been one to be very secretive.
Yeah.
Game Freak as a company has never been secretive. They always like to do their own leaks. But their subtle leaks, they want you to catch on. They can't. Always the kind of people who are like, we can't tell you what we're working on, but yeah.
I
This
don't know,
picture
it's not
is
this.
so blurry. No, wait, it just gets better. This picture right here is just so blurry. It's hard to tell what it is, but if you think about it, that's a Lapras. That is the head of the Lapras right there.
That's a Magikarp. That's a Tentacle.
That's a Lapras. That's the shell.
Gyarados.
It's writing it. That's
a
an Eevee,
Corsola.
That's a Corsola.
right?
Or is that a Wooper?
No, that's.
You wanna see some-
Tentacle?
Is that an Ammonite?
Think about how Pokemon Go will work
Is
in
this
this.
a
You
pigeon?
You can see the Pokemon in broad daylight. You can see them. They're out and about. They're wild Pokemon. This is where the Pokemon Go integration comes in, is that you can click on the Pokemon and you can go in and you can fight the Pokemon and you can catch it just like in Go.
That
That
sounds
is what-
awful.
It really kind of does.
But
That
they did
breaks
say
the game.
they did say that they are trying to rework and revamp the franchise. Doesn't mean you like it, but look at the
God.
screenshot. If the screenshot's legit and it totally lines up with everything we just heard,
You're lining up a
You're-
okay.
you're
this
up-
screenshot is lining up perfectly with what we just read.
Yeah. it's
Okay, let me
lining up
continue.
with- so the fake leak lines up with the fake leak.
Okay, let me
Yeah.
continue. But Game Freak directors have been doing this. They've been posting pictures with Pikachu and Eevee side by side all year long.
Oh no.
They've been doing pictures with Pikachu and Pikachu and Eevee side by side all year long. Eevee was a part of a major celebration this year within the franchise. We also have other pictures. I'll try to find it real quick so I can show it to you. Like pictures like this. Let me see.
Oh God.
We go to...
Hello, Gambita01. How's Poland doing?
Troll, a nice day night. If I managed to smile on my face, my mission was done correctly.
Oh, bye.
Oh, that's a bot.
Aw, that's a shame.
That is a bot.
It makes me feel good, though.
It does. It's a very
Alright.
nice bot.
So I'm going to go to Spawnwave because Spawnwave is legit, as he's a really good
It's
reporter.
fine.
Are we allowed to show his footage? Did we
I
ask
don't
for permission
know.
on this?
I mean,
He can't be a bot.
I'm
Look,
not
he's
getting
a
paid
bot.
on this. We're not going to get
Well, this
It
Well,
doesn't
advertising.
matter.
We're
still
live
using
streaming.
his stuff.
It's a
I'm
cat
giving him
back.
full credit.
It doesn't matter.
Man, look at this little heart and his smile.
I'm not really using his stuff. I just want to show
It
this.
is not a bot. Oh, okay. You actually just responded. Cool.
Oh, chilly rain. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh,
Hopefully,
man.
better weather's around the corner for you.
Man, I really do hope so.
All right, so where is the Twitter?
You gotta find. This is the level of professionalism you've come to expect.
All right,
From the hardest hitting source in
Again.
video game news.
A zoom in
Another-
of Eevee and Pikachu plushes.
This is it! This proves
Oh my god.
that it's real!
Retro Game Freak again.
No.
Pikachu and Eevee at the helm.
Okay, here's the thing.
Have
Let
you
me have
ever
this.
thought to think that Eevee and Pikachu are two of the
It
most
gets better.
popular mascots?
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
It gets better.
Alright.
There's also been lots of hand-drawn leaks by another source insider who,
drawn.
because they couldn't actually get the document, what they said was, according to this, Codename Beluga was actually hidden inside of a comic, and that they sneaked some of the stuff in. Now, that's part one.
All right.
Part
So-
two.
Okay, I think I have an idea of what's maybe going on here, and I'm gonna hold my thoughts till the end.
Yeah, go on ahead, Blake. Do
All right.
that.
There's the domains.
Okay,
Those are the actual domains right there.
You told us the domains existed.
Okay? The domains came from CSC, which is the main provider of Nintendo domains.
Okay.
CSC handles all domains for Nintendo.
Cool. That doesn't mean that that's the name of the remakes.
You're right. It doesn't necessarily mean it's the name.
Yeah, it's like, Jaden, all I'm hearing from this is, okay, they're doing
Name
something...
aside, this could potentially be our game. It could be named
No,
something
no,
completely
no,
different.
No. That,
But
I think that they're just releasing two separate versions of, like, an updated Hey You Pikachu. Like, let's go Pikachu, let's go Eevee. Okay, fine, you have interaction with Go, that's fine.
Dude, I would totally go for Hey You Pikachu too.
Yeah, I think that that's really what they're doing. It makes sense, because Pikachu
kind
and
of-
Eevee are two of the most popular, most cuddly Pokemon.
and what if they
ever.
act,
such a
and to
terrible
that
game.
point,
It's so
you're
much
100%
fun.
right.
It's
They could
great.
totally do that.
But,
Pokemon
like-
is a kid's game. It is built and made for the kids. It was originally years ago and
Well,
still is
true.
today. To your point, I like that idea. I think the accessory, so-called, could be an actual plush Pikachu or Eevee,
Exactly.
like what he was holding.
Like,
be so
I think
cute.
that's what
Or
they're
you could
doing,
actually take them
because
on the go and
Oh my
whatever.
gosh, that would be the cutest thing.
But again, we
really-
don't know. We don't know. You're 100%
Okay.
right. But I could also see, if they do a device like that,
Yeah.
they can have some kind of integration like with an actual Switch game.
I really, like, the idea that they might be integrating Pokemon Go with an actual
Two,
mainline game.
no one said that
Oh
this
my
was the
God.
mainline game.
I know.
Nobody
If
said
isn't
this was
a
a mainline game.
It's fine. I don't care as long as it's not a mainline game. Because if they tell me that, hey, we're not going to make an RPG anymore,
This could be like Zelda.
I'm legitimately going to be
Remember when they were
heartbroken.
making Breath of the Wild before we knew it was Breath of the Wild?
Yeah.
There was like a 4-year wait for a Legend of Zelda game, and they were like, you know what? We're gonna release a Zelda year or announce a Zelda game or remake every year to tide you over. Maybe this is one of those situations where with Pokemon they're like, look, we want to do this mainline Nintendo Pokemon game or Nintendo Switch Pokemon game, right? So what we're gonna do is off the bat, we are going to give you this for now.
Oh, like when
We're
Pokemon
gonna-
crossed over with Nambangua's Ambition.
We're
What the
going.
heck? Oh, Conquest!
Yeah.
That was actually a fun game.
Well, I'm just saying, but they did that while they were waiting, so maybe this is one of those examples.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
don't know, but all we know is a domain exists,
Like,
and there's a lot of people saying this leak is 100% legit.
that's
Wow.
fine, but see,
And a
good for them.
separate sources are reporting this same title, like all within a matter of 24 hours.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'd love to hear you guys rip it to shreds. I know you guys are going to,
Huh? Oh no, not
but
really.
I'm just saying that it's not the main series game. Like, this is not the main series game? Fine, I'm totally game for it. But like, what sticks to me is the leak that said, "Oh hey, this is the yellow game," or whatever. That to me is what sticks in my mind as okay. That is 100% not real, because it's like that just seems so stupid to me. Because okay, if they're remaking Yellow, it would just be Pikachu. Like, why would you have Pikachu and Eevee, and why would you not call it something different then?
It'd be the most unbalanced game
Again,
of Pokemon
stupid.
ever.
Well, so here's the thing. It's just starters. But I also want to point this out.
Well,
In Pokemon Yellow, you got all the original starters.
Yes.
yeah, but you also couldn't box your Pikachu. You couldn't evolve.
You could box your Pikachu.
Could you?
Yeah, you can.
You can box your Pikachu, you just can't evolve
You
it.
can't release
Yeah.
your Pikachu though.
But obviously, they didn't say it is. I mean, obviously, they're changing up the fact that you're not playing as Red and Blue. You're playing new characters. They could be introducing other. I mean, they're introducing new aspects. Who's to say they're not like not introducing other characters and other things to the story? It's not going to be part for part. It's just like saying, hey. Well, I mean, that's why I moved it over here, so it looks like I'm talking to you guys, because I am.
Sure.
But again, this is why when we look at this whole thing is, yeah, it's all skeptical, but it could be 100% legit. And I know it says it's a Yellow remake. We can't look into that. I don't think remake is the right word. I think it is based heavily on Yellow and some of the premises of Yellow, and even takes place in Kanto.
Like, again, I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, this is not a mainline game.
And why Pikachu and Eevee? Because those were the starters that we had. In Yellow, you had Pikachu, and Gary automatically had Eevee.
Look, I get that, but here's the deal. If they were going to Let's Go, that sounds like such a spin-off title. Like, all of the Pokemon games have, like, a hard title. Like, Pokemon Moon, Ultra Moon, Pokemon Sapphire, Pokemon Ruby, Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. It doesn't fit the naming scheme at all. Like, I get that Nintendo wants to break conventions on a whole bunch of stuff, and I'll give them that. Like, if they think that they can do something with the Pokemon franchise that hasn't been done before, and they want to give it a shot, by all means, they've hit it out of the park.
That's the beauty of Nintendo, right?
But this sounds horrible.
This is the 10th generation, or the 10th year, right? No, 20th year.
No, yeah.
21st year.
Yeah.
If you're gonna remake anything, if you're gonna revamp and restart, because for a long time, even like 2 years ago when they were making Sun and Moon, they even said the next one is gonna be a revamp. A lot of people were predicting it was a Kanto remake from the get-go. A lot of people were saying.
Loxton Noggin's 4.5 hour video series detailing why there's going to be a soft and or hard reboot of the franchise.
Oh my god.
And that's what I'm saying. This could be
a trip.
This could be a remake. Or this could be a reboot. It doesn't necessarily have to be what we know. It doesn't necessarily have to be even close to the Pokemon we know and love. It doesn't matter. You want to know why? I'm going to read you a tweet. And it's the funniest tweet, but also the most true tweet I've read about this whole event.
Go for it.
Hold on. Let me go to it.
Like, and again, while you're doing that, I'll just finish my thought really quick on, like, look, you can do whatever you want with it. It's fine. Just don't integrate it with Pokemon Go. Like, if you want to add something that says you can, like, transfer stuff from Pokemon Go into the game, like, as a special event or something like that, fine. Just don't hard interlace the both of them together, because that is a horrible idea.
Yeah. All right. Pokemon Gamer mad about current rumors. This is terrible. This isn't a mainline game. It'll flop. Also, same gamer this holiday. Do I get two of each Pokemon game or just one? And you can't say it's not true. Because the fact is, it doesn't matter what Nintendo does. We may hate it. We may look at it in disgust, and we may be like, this is not what we know and love. But the truth is Nintendo is notorious about experimenting, trying new things, especially with the Pokemon franchise. And going out... You have to think, this is the first home console game in how long?
Well, this is also the first hybrid handheld console.
True.
In how long?
True. So why not combine the best of both worlds? It is a new dynamic, a new game, which is what Coliseum was. Nobody had ever thought that would be something, that there are dark shadow Pokemon that you capture.
First of all, that needs to come back on the eShop. Second
that
of all,
had nothing to do with
it had nothing to do with mainline games.
Yeah. Right. It didn't have anything to do with mainline games.
It wasn't published by...
But here's the thing. We, as fans, determine what is mainline game.
No.
No.
That's not how it works.
Not at all.
They said that this is a mainline game, or that they are working on a mainline game.
They are working on a mainline game. This is not it.
They're always.
We don't know.
I'm sorry.
Jaden, they're always
trying to wait
working
until the
on
end.
a mainline
Nate keeps
game.
trying to. All right, look. I'm sorry. I'm trying to wait.
Go for it. Go for it.
I think Nate's wrong.
Okay.
There absolutely is probably. I think Jaden's convinced me that there is a Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and a Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. What I think it is
the plush thing.
It's plushes that you carry around with your Pokemon Go app. It has nothing to do with an actual mainline game.
I think it actually does integrate to Switch software.
Oh.
I think all the rest of the rumors about the mainline game, it would make a terrible, unbalanced, unfun experience.
Yeah.
Eevee and Pikachu don't balance together very well. And there's also the fact that we're going back to Kanto.
They also...
Why
Now,
would they do that?
Another thing I want to bring up, they didn't say
I don't
that
wanna go
based
to
on which
Kanto.
version you have, that's what starter you have. Everybody may start off with Pikachu, or start off with Bulbasaur, Squirtle, or Charmander.
I mean, you
right?
can say that.
They could totally do that. The naming convention could just be Pokemon, Pikachu, and Eevee. It doesn't necessarily
Also,
mean that's your starter. I would assume that you could get those starters.
Let's talk about those names. Let's talk about those names. Nate made a good point when he said
Naming
Pokemon
convention's different.
X, Y, Sun, Moon, Gold, Silver.
They've
Crystal.
done opposites.
Okay,
Or-
but here's the thing. This one says "Let's Go" as "Go" in it. They both have "Go" in it.
For Go integration.
It's about Pokemon Go. It has nothing to do with the Switch.
And maybe.
Oh, I don't think maybe. I think it definitely has nothing to do with the Switch. Everything else is a red herring.
Okay. Well, the truth is, either way, I'm excited to see what they're going to do. Because it's either going to do one of two things. One, it's just going to build more hype and excitement around the actual mainline game. If this is not the mainline game, it's going to build up more hype because it's kind of like the more mystery behind a product, or the more like they kind of can conceal their hand, the more you want to know what they have to show. And if this actually does turn out to be a really good product, whether it's a mainline game or a second off mainline software, if it turns out to be a good product, then it's just going to get people more hyped and more excited about an actual mainline game.
I remember.
And if it is a mainline game, and they force us as fans to rethink and revisit what's acceptable with the Pokemon franchise,
Then they risk ruining it all.
they do.
They risk
But
ruining their
with
cash
no
cow.
risk, there's no reward. And we have seen many a times in Nintendo.
That's not true.
We've
They
seen
get lots
many,
of reward without
We've seen many
Yeah,
times
it's
in
fine.
Nintendo, Metroid, Zelda,
That's what cash cow
where
means.
they would take a franchise and completely change it.
They didn't completely change it. Like, with Breath of the Wild, it was very much a departure of the traditional Zelda formula, but it was very much what Zelda was. It would just it just said linear.
Your items break all the time. That was a huge change.
It's true.
Yeah,
The
but
open
that's
world
not-
aspect, the fact that there's no linear story, you could go wherever you want, huge change.
That's a huge change.
Not
but
really.
That's not like... This is not a huge
No,
departure.
if you think about it.
It's saying,
You
hey...
had to go to the Forest Temple.
Hold on,
You had to go.
so
You had to go in a certain order.
Wait.
Not always.
You know this giant map that we have? Like, picture Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess.
Right.
Huge map, right? Okay, how about we just not make it so that you have to follow a by-the-dot story and you just go around and look at stuff?
You gotta remember, it wasn't
basically...
It wasn't always by the dots. Really, the first one that was anywhere close to being by the dots was, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, and that one still had a lot of, like, you could choose which temple you did in what order for the most part.
But
at least through the second half of the game, right?
I'm just saying that it is a reinvention of the Zelda formula, but it's not like they literally threw the baby out with the bathwater. They kept the idea and the core aspect of Zelda very much in stock.
Well, the baby lost some limbs, I feel like.
Maybe. But at the same time, with Pokemon, I feel like two things are always going to be necessary.
Yep.
It's always going to be an RPG, just because at this point, if they departed from it being an RPG,
a competitive game,
feel like they would legitimately destroy it.
Same with a competitive game.
Now,
I really do. And as for like...
To Spawnwave's point, if
Yes.
they have the gimmick system, let's say they have the gimmick capture system, they have this, who's to say that if this is a mainline game, they have all this stuff, but they give you the option to turn it off, then it works.
What do you mean?
No, the rest of the
off?
game is no. The rest of the things you said. Remember when they said that? Remember that leak back in like for Gen 6, it was Gen 4. I remember reading this one where people were talking about how Pokemon, it was going to be on a space station and it was going to be a virus type. Remember that? This is what this sounds like to me.
I mean, that just turned into rumors.
Yeah.
And like, personally, here's the deal. I would love it if they took the idea of like, okay, so in Sun and Moon we went to like the Ultra Beast territory, which is weird alien nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they just wanted to like send us to the moon or send us to another planet, either for a whole game or for a brief time, I think that'd be really cool.
Right.
It'd still be a Pokemon game. It'd just be, Pokemon alien planet. Cool.
Right.
That's fine. But I actually forgot what my second point was going to be. But primarily RPG. That is the defining thing of all
also,
Pokemon
no
games.
one said that it wouldn't be an RPG.
True. However, I can't see them... Oh, it was the battle system. Like, entering battle with a Pokemon, fighting and capturing it. Like, the idea that, okay...
You may still fight
walking
just like
around. You're walking around, like, somewhat in, like, Pokemon Go, and then you're doing that with it. For some reason, that puts a bad taste in my mouth.
So what would happen is when you hit the throw the ball button, you turn the switch sideways and
No.
you gotta
And
at
like,
it, but
maybe
you
we're coming
want
about this all wrong, but maybe the Pokemon you capture traditionally are the ones you play with in the game, and the ones that we saw in that screenshot, that image, where we saw like all the Pokemon floating or whatever. Maybe we've got the integration wrong. We're thinking it has integration with Go and that Go can come to this, but maybe it's actually, oh no, the Pokemon you get in this can go to Go.
That also seems unlikely. They kind of region set certain Pokemon so that they could, avoid stuff like that. That's why there's no trading in Go.
Yeah,
But maybe this is what helps make that happen. You have a Go bank.
No. They did that because it would break the game if they did.
Yeah.
We don't know, though.
No, it would. It legitimately would, because then you have hackers putting stuff into Pokemon Go even more so than they already are, just by transferring Pokemon to and from it.
Right.
And also, you have to stop to think of just like, it's so unlikely for me that literally any mainline Pokemon game on the Switch will have any interaction with Pokemon Go, just because it seems as though they're two completely separate beasts.
Mm.
So it's like, it to me it just seemed like it doesn't work. And also I do want to correct one thing real quick. I didn't mean to come off as I don't think that the Pokemon Let's Go are real, or fake rather. I think that that's real. I believe it's real. I just do not think under any circumstance that it's the mainline game. Yeah.
It's definitely not.
I just want to make sure I
Well,
cleared that up.
good news for us, ladies and
Or
gentlemen,
an RPG.
is we don't have to wait long to find out about any of these leaks or any of these rumors.
3 weeks.
Unless we do, because Nintendo doesn't always reveal their full hand at E3.
True.
And Nintendo's Nintendo.
But if we look at Pokemon's track record, Pokemon does not show at E3. It has always been a pre-E3 thing, so we may not even have to wait a full 3 weeks.
Yeah, no, he's right.
Last year they had a Pokemon Direct a week before E3.
Yeah, like Pokemon is usually its own beast.
And the reason they do that is because they don't want to take away from Pokemon, and they also don't want to take away from basically what they're showing in E3. They want them to be their own thing, to have their own fan base, and have people be able to celebrate.
Game Freak has a lot of control over what Pokemon does and does not do.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a shared.
It's
property.
not a Nintendo thing. Yeah.
Anyway, so that is pretty much our segment on the E3 leaks and what's fake, what's real.
All of it was fake.
Pretty much
that's what we came up
All
with, except
of it was
Jaden.
fake.
I don't know, man. There's some pretty convincing arguments out there. But at the end of the day, we don't know. We saw those lists. We laughed at those lists, right? Those were posted a couple weeks before E3 last year, and they were completely wrong. Here we are. We're back again. Could be the same thing. And so I guess now we just wait and find out.
One more aside.
Okay.
Totally choosing Eevee when it comes out.
Fact.
Eevee, all the way. I'm sick of Pikachu.
If it doesn't evolve, then I don't want an Eevee.
It should be just titled Let's
Pikachu's
Go.
better as
It should just be
electric
called
attacks.
Let's Go Umbreon. Because everyone knows that's what you're going to pick.
No, I'm gonna go Leafeon. I love Leafeon.
Only
It's
if it
great.
evolves. If it evolves, then Pikachu's just lost out completely.
Maybe, and see, that's the thing. Maybe they give you the option.
And see, that's why I think
To,
it's
that, they would have to give you the option to evolve. They would have to.
But then it's a broken game.
No, it's not.
Yeah, because Pikachu doesn't only evolves once, and it's not a great evolution.
Who was it in Pokemon that
Pikachu's
said...
actually better as Pikachu.
Who was it? No, correct me. Who was it in Pokemon that said, I've known the best trainers to be the ones that don't just pick the highest level and the most rare Pokemon in the
Karen.
party. It was the people that play with their favorites and win with them.
I agree.
It was Karen of the Elite Four, but that doesn't mean that she understands how games are balanced.
True. She doesn't mean she understands how games are balanced, but
I
she
like
isn't
playing with
wrong.
my favorites.
No, I like the idea of a paired Pikachu Eevee series game. I think that's adorable.
Yeah.
If it's not a main series
Make it
game.
the main series game.
I would be totally okay with this being a standalone game outside of main series.
Totally.
Or I'd be even okay with it if they treat this kind of like a, hey, we're doing like a Fire Red Leaf Green remake kind of like, hey, like they did
Here's
a
what I
revamp. If they're doing a revamp of Yellow, I'd be perfectly fine with that. Under the impression, the understanding that there is a next gen Pokemon game down the line, and this is just to tide us over.
Well,
Sure.
yeah.
I mean, like, if this is Pokemon XD style game, that's the closest I'd be willing to say it would get.
Anyway, so I
That'd be
mean,
okay, I think.
we will
They
we'll
could
see.
just re-release Gale of Darkness.
That would be the best.
I
But they're
really
so
think they
I'm
could.
pretty sure they're not going to do that.
Nope.
In fact, does Genius Sonority even exist anymore?
Does Genius what?
Sorority?
What does that mean?
That's the company that made Coliseum.
I don't think they exist anymore, but in which case, then the ownership of it would default to Game Freak and Nintendo, I believe.
So Tentacle, Corsola, Magikarp, Feebas.
If that's Feebas, then
That's
that's
a
not
Feebas.
Kent. Then that probably isn't Kent. Like, when I look at
Corsola-
this, when I look at this, I just see a spin-off fun little game. Like, this is just an interaction minigame.
This looks like Kanto though.
Does it?
Yeah. Think about it. Like, you know, in the ocean, like on the south side of the map, they have all the rocks and
Yeah.
they have like the islands and stuff out there. I mean, this kind of looks like that.
I mean, I'd be more inclined to believe it if I wasn't so jaded
She
about
has her
Lynx in
arm
general.
right on Lapras's neck. There's Lapras's big head.
Like, no, I'm not saying that this picture doesn't look good. It looks fine, and I will say, the only thing that really like brought the point home for me was when you pointed out there was an Eevee on her head, and I'm like, this suddenly becomes much more believable just because of that. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know what to think.
I found Genius. So Genius Sonority is still around. Here's the list of games they've done.
So, anyway,
They only do
anybody else have any closing remarks?
The last game they did was Pokemon Shuffle.
2015.
Oh my god.
Anybody have any closing
and they
remarks?
also-
Anything else to add? Okay. Well, guys,
Hold
thanks for tuning in.
I think the next Pokemon game should be Disney Fairies Tinkerbell 2.
Oh, that's a good one.
Man.
2.
It's 11. Oh
Yeah.
god, we've been going for a while.
The fact that it's
2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah.
Is
Nice.
it?
Well, since it's live podcast, no editing, so
I like the little Poke Walker in the corner
So-
of the screen.
To the
I would
Pokewarriors
love-
point, this is like actually Game Explains video. You guys can go check that out.
I would like the
post
Pokewalker
link.
back. I thought those were
It's
great.
called Pokemon. Well, okay, maybe that's what they mean. Maybe there's some kind of. Oh, I didn't think about that actually.
Yeah. That's
Oh
what I was
no,
gonna say.
that could actually totally work.
Like a mobile app.
Yeah, no. Like basically, it's some kind of thing
Only
that
Pokemon Go.
is a companion device that you transfer a Pokemon with you, and then you utilize that in the same way you utilize
So,
a Pokewalker.
like,
Go. Okay,
in
never mind.
Pokemon-
Why would
that
okay, think
could
about this.
work.
Think about how in Pokemon Go.
That could work.
In Pokemon Go, currently, you can have a partner Pokemon, and
Yeah.
as they're with you, they gain experience and they get berries and things like that.
Candies.
Candies, sorry. They get those candies and they are able to level up the more they're partnered with you. Imagine if you had the ability to take your Pokemon with you, like the Pokewalker, on the go using Pokemon Go. Or using
I
some
still
sort of new
don't think
device.
it makes any sense. There's a lot of problems with that. Actually, the one I'm
It
thinking
worked
about.
with Soul Silver and it was a mainline game.
True,
No, but Soul Silver
it was
wasn't developed
something.
by 2 or 3 different companies. Pokemon Go was developed by a separate company than Game Freak, Game Freak, you would have to. It wouldn't work. There isn't. That would be really hard to do.
Anyway, we'll see, guys.
The systems are incompatible.
We'll see. But until next time, guys, thank you so much for joining us here. Also, if you guys want to catch any more future streams, make sure you click follow on all of our social media platforms. Those are in the description below here. Also, our schedule for Twitch is listed below. Guys, I'd love to have you guys on my live stream. It'd be great to have you guys out. I'm going to let these guys duke it out, and I'm not going to play referee. And until